Welcome to the computer construction part of the CIS Basic Instructor online course. In this lesson we'll be encouraging confidence in handling a PC and the parts, and we'll be constructing it from bits up right through to an up and working PC. First thing to consider is obviously our safety precautions. A PC is an electronic device, so we need to make sure it's completely switched off, and then we need to unplug it from the wall. Just to avoid any risk of electric shock. And then we use an anti-static mat and a wristband to make sure that the potential between ourselves and the PC is equal, so that we can't cause any damage through static electricity to the very sensitive electronic components. As you'll see, I'm using a static wristband for the rest of this lesson, but I haven't got a static mat, so I'm fully aware that I'm not following my own best practice. So now we're looking at the inside of a PC and how to put it all together. The first thing I did was my safety precautions. So the PC isn't connected to the power and it's all powered off. And also using an anti-static wristband, I'm connected to the PC, so our potential is the same, so that there's going to be no static damage to any of the electronic components inside. The first thing I did was to put the motherboard in and to screw it all in place. I also looked at the motherboard manual to make sure that all the power connections and any connections to the case went in the right place. We also put in the CD and DVD drives, the floppy disk drive, and normally you'd put in the hard disk as well, but this is a lab PC and it hasn't got a hard disk. The next thing I'm going to put in is going to be the memory, simply because it's easier for access to put that in now. So that slots into the two, in this PC, white modules, and it can be a little bit fiddly. And once it's in place, push down hard for it just to click into place. And we put the second one in. Again, push down hard so it clicks into place. The next thing we're going to do is put the processor in. So this is this very small chip which goes in this square arrangement here, and it should just sit in place, and then we close the lid over the top of it and bring down the locking bar to hold it in place. Processors get very hot because they're the parts that are doing the main thinking. So we use fans and heat sinks to dissipate the heat to keep them as cool as possible. So here, this one just goes over the top, clips in nicely, and then with the screwdriver we just tighten up the screws in it. All PCs and cases look slightly different, so the one that you're going to use doesn't look like this. Don't worry, it's not wrong, it's just a different model. The next thing we do is put in any output or input cards. So in this particular PC we've got a modem card, a PCI connection, so it goes in the white PCI port. We place it into position and then push down hard to lock it in. Just move my anti-static out of the way. The next one we've got here is a sound card, so where we connect our microphone and our speakers. Again, it's PCI, so it slots into one of the white slots. Again, pushing down hard. This blue thing you can push in just to keep that in place after we put the graphics card in, because it also supports a graphics card. This is an AGP graphics card. So it will go into the brown or black slot, and we can tell this by the hook arm at the end. So should just be able to slot it into place and push down hard. This has got a flippy clip, whereas some PCs you may have to put the back clip in first and then sort of lever it into position. We can now put the blue thing down to hold that in place, and then some PCs you may have to put screws in to hold all the cards in, This and other modern PCs may just have sort of a plastic clip that we can just push over. Having done that, we tuck all the wires in. We can disconnect our anti-static wristband, and we can put the PC case on. It should be an easier said than done job. And that completes putting together the PC. So just to summarise, so we've encouraged confidence in handling a PC by going through all the parts, and we've constructed a PC from basics. When we're teaching this to cadets, the next thing would be to power up the PC, log on to the internet and send a few emails. And I hope those of you who noticed the Pampers box in the background have enjoyed a good giggle during this lesson. Thank you.